Like, okay, he was doing little weird stuff, just weird stuff. And mind y'all, like I said, I lived with my dad my whole life. He got a bunch of nieces, a bunch of granddaughters. Everybody loved him, man. Ain't nobody ever said nothing out the way about him. No rumors. He ain't never did nothing to nobody. Like, he was just a host of fun. Everybody loved him. And I'm fighting with this every day because not only did this happen to my child, but I lost my best friend in the midst of that. Because if you know me, you know that my daddy was literally my best friend. I'm talking about on the phone 4 and 5 times a day. The children's hospital in Memphis is the closest children's hospital near us, even though we stay in Mississippi. So they end up calling the police from Mississippi because that's where we lived to the hospital in Memphis. And the police that call, you know.
All right, what's up with it, y'all? So look, man, I'm back again with another video, right? And one of my supporters hit me up with this video on TikTok. Well, damn, I'm tripping. Let me say what I gotta say before we move forward into the video. Y'all already know I want to start this off with some positivity. I just want to tell all my supporters out there that's rocking with me consistently on a day-to-day basis that I definitely do appreciate y'all. I hope that y'all are okay out there physically, mentally, and spiritually. And yeah, man, I'm sending y'all peace, blessings, and prosperous energy. And when I say this, I'm only talking to my supporters and to those who reciprocate the same energy back to me. And when I say a supporter, I'm talking about if you just became one recently or in this very video right here, I'm talking to you when I say what I say. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into this video because we got a lot to watch. So basically, like I was just saying, one of my supporters hit me up on TikTok with this video. Make sure y'all add my TikTok as well. I'm gonna put that in the comment section. All y'all gotta do is go down there, click that link, and you'll get directly to it. Add my Facebook, Snapchat, everything will be down there. But basically, my name is on all my accounts, so just type in my name and you should be able to find me. But anyway, go. Long story short, like I said, she hit me up with this video just stating that she wanted me to do something over it. I guess I can't remember exactly what we said, or even if she said that. But when you send me stuff, I'm automatically knowing you want me to talk about it. So let's get straight into this situation at hand. But you know, I want to say this right here because of the title. It says story time on how I found out my dad was SAing my 4-year-old daughter. If you don't know what SAing is, I'm gonna have to cut off a letter, but it's sexual assault. So y'all get what I'm saying when I say what I say. I just want to say, take heed to anybody that you have around your children. People be very evil, vindictive, lustful, lascivious. It's so many different things that people are these days, and you'll never know because they're disguised in people that we love or have a genuine love for. You know, I'm not saying be out here spectating and speculating and pointing and saying this person did this and that, but if you get a bad vibe, or if your children letting you know certain things or their mannerisms change around a certain person and stuff like that, take heed and also ask questions. I don't give a damn how old the baby is. She said 4, but I don't give a damn if the baby is 2, 1, whatever the case may be. Ask. I don't know what she did, but I'm pretty sure she did ask. You know, that's what a mother does. You know, the mama bird do not play. So yeah, let's get into this and see what's going on. Make sure y'all hitting that like button, bro. I'm dropping all this consistent content back to back to back to back to back, and that's all I ask for y'all to do. Hit the like button. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything, and make sure y'all add all my social medias down there in the comment section as well. But let's get into this and see what's going on. Let's go.
Story time on how I found out my dad was my 4-year-old daughter.
Which is pitiful.
I'm not doing these for attention, for clout, for none of that.
Yeah.
If I can tell my story and help somebody else, that's what I'm gonna do. First thing I want to say is pay attention to your kids.
Facts.
Your girls, your boys, pay attention. It was the smallest thing that brought everything to light. Something that I could have absolutely overlooked, and I did not. Because I pay attention to my child. I look at everything.
How you supposed to?
I pay attention to everything when it comes to her. I be paranoid, and it comes from my own childhood trauma.
Facts.
But anyways, so my dad lived about 2 hours from us. I had just finished school and I was about to start my extern. My husband worked during the day, and I needed somebody to watch my daughter while I did my extern because she wasn't in school at the time. So my husband drove 2 hours, picked my dad up, brought my dad back to our house. So I started my extern. Everything was going good. Mind y'all, I ain't never told nobody this, but I was already paranoid. Like, it was something. I was paranoid that whole week. It was like little small stuff that was being done that kind of had me uneasy. But Okay, so the first thing was one day my husband was about to drop me off at my extern. It was like 8 in the morning. My daughter was in our room because my dad was in her room. So my baby was in the bed asleep.
Yeah.
My husband and I, we were leaving the house, and we were outside, I want to say maybe 30 to 45 seconds, because my husband, when we got in the car, he realized that he left something. And he got up to go in the house, and when he got to our bedroom door, my dad was at the door. Mind you, my baby's in there sleep. It's like 8 in the morning. Before we left out the house, we told him that she was sleeping. That was weird to me, but then again, you couldn't tell him nothing about his grandchild. He loved his grandchild. I was thinking, like maybe she was whining or something and he went to check on her, but my husband was like, she's asleep. Okay. So another time, it was like my second or third day of my extern. My baby was playing in there with him.
Mm-hmm.
And she came out and she was just standing in the living room. And I could see his shadow in the hallway, like with his hand, he was like beckoning her to come back to where he was, but he would never say it out loud, which was weird because it just called her name. But it was like he was silently beckoning her, like he didn't want us to hear or see that he was calling her in the back where he was.
Weird ass.
Okay. After that, I don't know, I think I wasn't even a week into my extern when we found this out. Like, okay, he was doing the weird stuff, just weird stuff. And mind y'all, like I said, I lived with my dad my whole life. He got a bunch of nieces, a bunch of granddaughters. Everybody loved him, man. Ain't nobody ever said nothing out the way about him. No rumors. He ain't never did nothing to nobody. Like, he was just a host of fun. Everybody loved him. Like, that's why I'm shocked and hurt, like, to this day. Like, it still bothers me every day. But anyway, so one day, my baby, she came in there, like, she was still, like, at night, she had, like, she was, at the time, she was still, like, with the bed. So, she had on a pull-up because it was nighttime and she was getting ready to go to bed. So, she lay out on the couch and she put her hand in her pull-up. So, red flag on the plate, I don't play it. Why your hands in your pull-up? But of course, I was like, babe, why you got your hand right there?
Yeah, you did right.
Like, what's wrong? Where you get that from? Somebody did that to you? I'm asking questions. She was like, yes. So, I already know. When you question a child, you do not say a name.
Yep.
Like, you don't say nobody's name because, that child can just go with whatever you're saying. So I'm just like, somebody did that to you? I didn't say no name. Mind you, the only men in our house is my husband and my dad, and it could have been a woman. I got a bunch of cousins, whatever. It could have been a woman. So my husband, my dad, and sometimes my brother come around. But yeah, at the time it was just us three in the house. So I'm like, somebody did that to you? And she's like, yeah. So I don't want to say a name. So I'm like, okay, baby, who did that? She was like, Papa.
That have broke me down,
That's
boy.
what she called my dad. I'm like, Papa, I'm trying to get some clarity. Papa changed you? Papa, what, wiped you? Took you a bath? I can't say exactly what it was that she did. She showed me what he did. And she also said something that he did, and my heart just dropped, like dropped. I was crying so bad. I told my husband and my dad got into an altercation. And yeah, I called my auntie. My auntie lived down the street from me, and I told her, and she was like, "Oh, I just don't believe he did that. I don't believe." This my auntie on my mom's side. She was like, "I don't believe he did that."
Hold on. Okay, she said part 2. So y'all already know what I'm about to say if you're a supporter of mine. This video right here was about to end, so I'm gonna go try to find other parts and put it with this video right here. I just want to say I can't stand when somebody disregard what you're saying when it's so serious. You need to take everything into consideration. These children don't be lying. Sometimes they can get misconstrued and tell something the wrong way. That's why I'm glad she said what she said just then. Like, she didn't try to persuade or make her say certain things. She wanted to get a genuine response, and I love that. I really love the way that she moved in that sense right there. But let me go see what I can find. I'll be right back. But man, take heed to everything, man. Shit don't be right these days. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back. So I done found a couple of different parts. They all in sequence, I guess. I just downloaded whatever I can find so I can throw it on here so we can get back to the video. So yeah, we're finna get into this, but her name is Mariah Raynell. I think that's how you pronounce her name, but y'all will see it on the screen here. I don't hide these people's names. I want them to get their notoriety for their stories and shit like that too. We just talk about them and break them down over here, so yeah. But you know, I just want to know your thoughts and opinions on this so far. I just hope that the little girl is okay, and I hope that she's okay, and the father is okay too, because they can mentally miss you forever. You won't trust another soul, especially with it being your parent and stuff. But let's get into it though.
Part 2 on how I found out my dad was saying my 4-year-old. And I'm emotional because I done recorded this part 2 like twice, and it keep deleting, and I'm wondering if that's a sign, like, to just stop and let it go. But no. Okay, like I said, I called my auntie. My auntie was a police at the time in the town that we lived in. So, and she stayed right down the street. So naturally, I'm gonna call my auntie.
Yeah.
I called my auntie. She came over, and I don't know if it was because I had just broke down crying, or because my husband and my dad had just had a argument and was yelling. But when my auntie started asking my baby questions, she would not answer the questions. And my auntie literally told me right there in my face, like, okay, I don't believe this. And my auntie might see this. Auntie no hard feelings, but yeah, that hurt me. Anyways, so I'm getting emotional, y'all. Hold up.
It's all good.
Okay, so my auntie said she didn't believe it and told me to take my baby to the hospital, which I was going to do anyway. I didn't see anything, but I still wanted to take her to get checked up. So we took her to the hospital. When the doctor came in, she told us off jump, like, usually you don't find no type of physical evidence with cases like that. But my baby ended up telling the doctor the same thing that she told us. And they called, okay, we went to the hospital in Memphis because it's the closest hospital to the children's hospital in Memphis. It's the closest children's hospital near us, even though we stay in Mississippi. So they ended up calling the police from Mississippi, because that's where we lived, to the hospital in Memphis. And the police they called, that's the station that my auntie worked in. So, they came, took our statements or whatever, and the doctor had just told us that she saw something, and it could have came from constipation, like some strain with constipation, or it could have came from something else. And they could have taken her somewhere else and did an invasive testing, but it wasn't recommended. So I told my auntie that, and like I said, the woman wasn't sure where it came from, and I didn't want to do the invasive testing. So of course, that's not going in nobody's paperwork or whatever. So my auntie was getting access to the files or whatever. So she called like talking about she didn't see anything about, you know, what I had just said. Of course you don't see it. We don't even know if that's where it came from, you know? That upset me so bad because you don't believe her and now you looking at files talking about what you don't see. So anyways, they made it to where my auntie couldn't even access those files anymore because I was so upset. And nobody, hardly nobody. Well, at first everybody was like, oh, that's so sad, and he wrong for that. But a year later, everybody his best friend, y'all. Everybody his best friend. Everybody always talk to him, and he miss y'all, and this, that, the third, y'all. My family, my mama people. You don't think she got that off YouTube?
YouTube.
Yeah, that is so hurtful. For people to doubt your child.
Talking about some damn YouTube. What
That's
the hell?
hurtful. But I understand a little bit because of his character. Like I said, we all grew up together. Like my cousins, I got plenty of girl cousins. He got plenty of granddaughters, nieces. He never did this to none of us. None of us, y'all. He never made us feel uncomfortable in no type of way. My mom died when I was 14 years old. I lived with my dad my whole life. He got full custody of me. My dad never made me feel uncomfortable. He never did nothing to me. Never said nothing to me out the way. But the way my daughter said what she said, the way she demonstrated what he did to her, I would be a fool to deny my child. I would be a fool to just sweep that under the rug and be like, oh, she 4 years old. She don't know what she's talking about. That came off YouTube. Yeah, these folks set up an interrogation for my baby 2 weeks after this incident happened. And I thought, it's 2 weeks later, my baby ain't gonna remember that. Y'all, when there's some truth to what your child is saying, one thing about it, when you lie or when you being untruthful, you gotta, it's hard to remember. But 2 weeks later, my 4-year-old went into the interrogation room with the police, the CPS worker, and the child therapist and repeated the same thing. She even told them stuff that she didn't even tell us because she was afraid to tell us. 45-minute long interrogations 2 weeks later. She did what needs to be done. That's the exact thing that the CPS worker said to me when they came out of their room. She was like, she did a good job. She said what needed to be said. They sent that tape over to a grand jury or something like that, y'all. That was a year ago. I don't know what's going on.
What?
So I've been messed up. I can't lie. My dad was literally all I had. My best friend, literally. So the fact that he did this to us, and I gotta sit up here a whole year later and my baby come to me and she say she miss her papa. My baby wants to see him. She wants to go to his house. She want to know why he didn't just apologize. She said, Mama, why didn't we just let him apologize? Why didn't we do that in the first place? Why he couldn't apologize like a real friend do? I had to explain to her, it don't work like that, baby. What he did, that's not right.
Can't come back from that.
You can't just let somebody do that to you and forgive them. She don't understand.
Yeah. And then that's what a lot of people don't be understanding as well, that a lot of the times these kids don't know when something is going wrong. You got to let them know and talk to them about certain things, even those uncomfortable situations and circumstances. You want to break it down to them and let them know. It might not even be 100% appropriate, but you got to let them know, hey, if somebody do this, if somebody do that, let me know, certain things like that. But I also want to say that a lot of the guys who pretend to be such good guys, they are flawless and things like that, be the main ones that will be doing all type of weirdo shit. You feel me? I don't like when people try to be like a goody ass two-shoe type of dude or woman, because I be seeing right through that, because we all got flaws, you know what I'm saying? And not saying that just because you're a nice person, you know, you can tell when somebody's genuine and things like that, but sometimes you can be dealing with a wolf in sheep's clothing, like this right here, you know. And I do feel like that when it's a situation pertaining to these children, these people shouldn't be alive after the fact. Even though these kids do love and miss their grandparents or whoever the person is, the perpetrator, I still don't feel like they should be here. There's no room for apologies. There's no room for nothing. You're lucky that the guy didn't take your life or her, because I mean, you got to look at it like this, man. 80 to 90% of men and women will take you out for messing with their kids. You know, some people will let certain things slide. I ain't one of them. You know, there's certain things that you can get away with, but damn sure not touching on no kids, especially mine. You feel me? But yeah, she love her daddy. She still probably, you know, got that want for him to still be here, but somewhere deep down inside, she don't want him to be alive, bro. That's something that's really, really touching and heartfelt, and I can definitely feel her pain, because you got to look at it like this, man. That's everything you got. Your dad and your daughter, both are the only things that you really have, and your husband too. But you know what I mean when I say what I say. This shit right here is so sad. Let's get back into it.
I'm fighting with this every day, because not only did this happen to my child, but I lost my best friend in the midst of it. Because if you know me, you know that my daddy was literally my best friend. I'm talking about on the phone 4 and 5 times a day. Like, that's what kind of bond we had.
Damn.
And people want to know, like, why I be so angry at my family. Like, why wouldn't I be? I'm getting emotional. I gotta go.
So that's the daughter. Damn.
I don't care about my child.
Hold on, let me read this. I get tired of people. People be so weird in these comment sections, bro, and it's so sad that sometimes you can't even see them. But people be having their karma coming. Let me read what this says exactly. She doesn't care about her child. She's too busy worrying about her feelings and her Stockholm syndrome. Man, get your weird ass on. Who the hell is that? Bella with your long, thick neck ass over there just talking, being weird as hell. Somebody over here being vulnerable, trying to put you on game, trying to educate you in certain instances and things like that, and you got some weirdo shit to say like this. If she didn't care about her kid, she definitely wouldn't be saying nothing about this, and she wouldn't be getting emotional about this. And yes, you're going to care about your feelings because you are you, fool. But also, she's worried about her child as well. But yeah, nigga, how you not going to care about your own damn feelings? You are the entity, fool. You damn crazy. Fuck it, let's get back into it.
I don't care about my child. Y'all really get on here and say anything that comes on y'all little ass brain. I did everything that I was supposed to do for my child. Everything. And I'm sorry if I haven't cut my whole family off completely. Let me do that on my own time. And y'all talking about they're not going to protect your daughter. They don't have to. That's my job. They don't have to. My daughter is with me 24/7. These people that y'all are speaking of do not have my child. My child is with me. It's not like, oh, they picking her up every day and she going to stay all night at this person's house, or she spending the day here or there. No. My child is with me. So who cares if they're not going to protect her? I am. Her dad is. Y'all crazy. You out your rabbit ass mind.
Okay, So it says, could it have been your husband and he coached her to say it was your dad? He never touched you or any other nieces all your life. And for years, he waits until the granddaughter? I'm unsure. Well, shit. I mean, she making valid points. It's understandable. People going to question certain things because you're putting it out there to the internet, you know, but that will make you think and make you second guess certain things and stuff like that. But she did say she had past trauma, so we don't know exactly what that could equate to. But I just feel like that a lot of the times, man, people just, you know, overthink things. But I mean, what can you do without a lot of things to go off of? You know what I'm saying? So this question right here, this statement is kind of understandable, but to actually say the husband did this, well, she said could have. So, you know, it's just something that people gonna think anyway. So, you know, I can respect that kind of. Let's get back into it.
Nah, my husband didn't coach her. He ain't had time to coach her. And if my husband was doing anything to my baby, trust and believe I would have peeped that way before my dad even got there. Because I pay attention to my child. I would have peeped it. My baby said who did what to her, okay? And if she had said that it was my husband, he would have been gone too. Because don't nobody come before my child. Ain't that much love in the world.
Shit.
I'll never put nobody before my child.
Facts.
I would have never put my husband before my dad either. So what are you even talking about? You stupid if you think I'm going to sit up here and blame the man who raised me, my dad. And it's a possibility that it wasn't him. No. My daughter ain't crazy. She know who did what to her. Y'all just be saying anything.
And she kept saying it too.
He never touched you or any of his nieces. I can only speak for myself, first of all. Nah, he ain't never touched me. He ain't never said nothing out the way. He ain't never did nothing out the way. And I never heard anything bad about him from his nieces, grandkids, whatever. But guess what? I can only speak for me, like I said. Some people don't have the courage to come forward. So he could have did something to somebody and they not say nothing. Everybody don't speak up, but I am, for me and my daughter. You say you unsure. Okay, go be unsure. Go see right on over there with my other folks. I'm not unsure. I'm positive. I believe my baby. I believe everything she say. I'm so glad you asked me that. Because the comments have been filled with people saying, oh, he did it before. He did it before. And y'all were absolutely right. When I first made the video, I did say he never did anything to me. And I still stand on it. He never did anything to me. I never heard about him doing anything to anybody. But since the video, people have been talking. Like, I didn't expect it to go viral like it did. But yeah, people have been talking. People are mad, but that's another story. He did it to somebody else. And that person is not going to come forward. And I would be wrong if I sat here and said, yeah, he did it to so-and-so, so-and-so. That's not my story to tell. I wish everybody would come forward, but I can't make nobody come forward. Damn. And I can't tell their story. Maybe one day she'll have the courage to come forward. But I can't tell her story. Just know that it was not his first time. And she's had a hard time dealing with it. And I'm going to say that no, she did not come to me directly, but she did vent to someone else. So yeah, it's been a lot since I posted the video. I never knew that people would take my truth so personal, especially when it's the truth. Like, how you gonna be mad at something you did to me? How can you feel a way about something that happened to my child? You mad at the way you reacted to something. I don't get it.
Well, that's the end of that video, man. Y'all can go follow her, show her some love, send her some encouraging words. I'm about to right now. I hope that y'all are okay out there. I really do wish that you know you can move forward with this not bringing you down mentally, physically, and spiritually over time, because we already know certain things can have that effect on us, and this is one of those things that's definitely going to have an effect on someone. You feel me? So yeah. And also, man, you know, I want to send some love and some healing energy to your daughter, because she might not understand it right now, but when she get older, she's going to know that betrayal, and she's going to feel that betrayal, and it's going to hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because look at the person who did this, and for him to actually be out here doing this to multiple people really don't make no sense to me. It's just crazy that people are always going after these people who are vulnerable. These pure innocent souls do not deserve what they're going through these days. Like I said before, people are lascivious as hell, they're lustful as hell, demonic, and everything else that you can think of. These situations right here are happening so often, and it's so common these days to the point where people are getting numb to it, and I don't rock with that, bro. We got to be sensitive to everybody's situation. If you are empath or somebody who's very, you know, caring and things like that, but a lot of the times people don't care unless it happens to them. I'm not one of those people. I genuinely give a damn, especially with me having a daughter, seeing how innocent and pure she is. You know, just imagining things like that possibly could happen just really boils my blood, you know. So when I see it happen to others, it does the same thing to me. It has the same trickling effect. And I really do hate that these children are going through that. And to the husband, man, I hope that you're good out there too. And I hope that you can, you know, I'm going to send you some healing energy as well, because there's so much different things I want to say, but us being men, we know what the hell we want to say and how we want to say it. Anyway, go, man, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this whole situation, and I will holler at y'all later on another video. God damn, somebody calling me. I hate y'all. I about to say I hate y'all back. I'll holler at y'all later. All right.